On today's episode, we are going to take a look at a stock that has dropped over 25% from its all-time highs. Not only that, ARK is also buying big. They have invested a lot in the past 2 days. But more important than that, I'm also buying because I am very, very bullish in this market. So let's get started. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It helps so much. And make sure to follow me on Twitch. I live stream and take a look at stocks you want to look at. If you guys have been following my ARK Investment Big Ideas episode, where every episode I take a look at one of their big ideas, you guys would have watched this one, Virtual Worlds. The stock we're going to take a look at today has to deal with the virtual worlds, which is dealing with video games, augmented reality, and virtual reality. And I want to say for the year of 2021, it is definitely going to be a tier 1 stock for me. So just a quick recap of what ARK Investment believes the gaming market is going to look like for the next 5 years. They expect the global gaming market to increase about 16% compounded annual growth rate for the next 5 years. They also expect the global augmented reality and virtual reality market to increase 59% compounded annual growth rate for the next 5 years. That is insane. And like I said, today's company, you guys probably already know. If you guys know, let me know in the comments what stock we're going to take a look at today. It's taken a dip since earnings, and it is hitting both the gaming market and the augmented reality and virtual reality market. And I believe it's one of the best players right now. So you guys, if you guys guessed right, congratulations. If you didn't, well. I don't know what to say from there, but whatever. The stock we're going to take a look at today is Unity. So Unity is a game engine solution. One of their biggest platforms right now are game creators. You can make a lot of games here in Unity, but there are other markets that you can use Unity for. The other one is automotive, transportation, and manufacturing. They already have partnerships with some big players like Toyota, Audi. For example, Toyota, we are using Unity to develop virtual reality and augmented reality tools to improve efficiency and qualify for design, engineer, and training. Volkswagen is making it for a 3D kind of sales room. You can use Unity for anything. And here we're gonna do a really in-depth analysis. So if you guys really want to learn about the company, this is definitely the episode for you. And here, if you have some form of infotainment system like you have in your car, some form of digital instrument cluster, and augmented reality powered head-up displays, you can use Unity to kind of create platforms for there. You can use it for computer vision, for robotic simulations, for more integrations of augmented reality and mixed reality into the real world. You can also use Unity for film, animation, and cinematics. You can use it for architectures, engineering, and constructions, create kind of a 3D experience. You can use it for gambling, for educational in the virtual world. Some other great facts about Unity. Games made by Unity account for 71% of the top 1,000 mobile games in Q4. Some great games were made from Unity this quarter. For example, Among Us. This is a super popular game that has kind of taken over the streaming platform. To date, over half of Switch titles are made with Unity, including titles such as Kingdom of Hearts. And they are beyond gaming, right? In Q4 alone, they made some partnerships with Newell Brands, with Walgreens, and in 2021, they started off a great momentum with a partnership with Volkswagen. All right, so before we take a quick look at technicals, I want to show you guys the revenue breakdown for Unity. So Unity has 3 revenue breakdowns, but only 2 of them I want to say are major. The first one is create solutions, and this is when you use Unity to create whatever type of content or material you're trying to make. And here you usually pay Unity in some form of subscription base to use their platform. The second thing is operate solution. So operate solution, I want to say, is my favorite. After you're done creating your content, if you want to manage your content, maybe make advertising, maybe run tests, maybe have some form of clouding server, be able to have a multiplayer game, be able to share it or anywhere, operate solutions is that platform. They also have like matchmaking ranking. So let's say maybe you make a first person shooter game where you want to rank players based on their tiers. Here you can use that. So operate solutions is probably my favorite. The third one is strategic partnerships and other. That makes up such a small portion of Unity's revenue that I honestly could care less. The 2 major ones are operate solutions and create solutions. So if we take a look at the stock price, Unity is sitting at $128 with a market cap of $35 billion. And it kind of peaked on December at $172. And since then, it is down 25.7%. Today, it is up 2.2%, and it is down after earnings. I do believe their earnings were great, but this stock was kind of priced to perfection. The earnings were last Thursday, and Friday they opened up about 15% down. I ended up purchasing on Friday. I also ended up purchasing on Monday, and I believe I might purchase some more on Wednesday. But I'm not the only one purchasing Unity. Right now, this is overall how much ARK investment has had in Unity, and they have increased their positions dramatically. You can see in the past 2 days, ARK has taken a huge growth in Unity shares. And if we take a look at technicals, the only thing I want to say is it's definitely not overextended, and it's sitting at a nice price point where there's a lot of volume in the stock. Their most recent earnings, total revenue for the fourth quarter grew 39%, and for the full year actually grew 43%. So we're seeing strong growth in this company. Not only are they seeing revenue growth, but the amount of customers that represent over $100,000 worth of revenue is also going up. Now they have about 793, where a year ago it was about 600. Out of those 793, 121 customers actually generated more than $1 million of revenue, and 105 of those 793 customers are customers outside the gaming industry. So we can see other big players are coming into to use Unity as well. Some great points they mentioned this earnings. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about all of them, but the ones that really stuck out to me was one, they increased their augmented reality and virtual reality functions to work a little better with Autodesk. Autodesk is another company I'm super bullish in, and I would say it's probably another tier 1 stock for me for 2021. They also have an extensive partnership with Snapchat, and they also have a strategic partnership with Microsoft on its new mixed reality HoloLens 2, again, increasing that augmented and virtual reality market. So next, I want to take a quick look at their guidance for quarter 1 of 2021. They expect about 26 to 32% revenue growth. For the full year of 2021, they expect about 23 to 26% revenue growth. I do believe these are a lot lower than what investors expected. So this is another reason why the stock price has probably dropped a nice amount. But I do believe if the augmented reality world and the virtual reality market continues to increase, this type of revenue growth is very, very conservative. One thing affecting it is Apple's new privacy modification. This is actually going to decrease the revenue by about 3% for 2021. Now, if we take a quick look at fundamentals, futurely the company is expected to grow 23% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. Like we saw from their guidance, this is pretty much in line with what analysts expect. This company is also not expected to be positive in cash flow from operations, and it's also not expected to be positive in earnings anytime soon. This quarter and this year, they were positive in cash flow from operations, but that was because of a one-time thing. So it's definitely not something we're gonna continue to see. If we look at their financial health, they have plenty of cash at hand and they have no debt, but this is what they need to do, right? Especially since they're not profitable and since they don't have that positive cash flow from operations. So now my overall thoughts. Unity, like I mentioned, is a tier 1 stock for me. So what does that mean? Tier 1 stocks for me are companies that I am going to invest a little more heavier on this year to grow a decent position. With this kind of decrease or pullback, it has allowed me to increase my position. Like I mentioned, I purchased on Friday. I also purchased on Monday, and I believe I will purchase tomorrow or Wednesday when the market opens if it doesn't take a big jump. It is hitting great markets, the augmented reality and the virtual reality market, like we saw from ARK's investments virtual world, that this is a market that's gonna continue to grow and is expected to grow at crazy levels for the next 5 years. I think it was somewhere around 59% compounded annual growth rate. They had a great balance sheet. One of my worst things about Unity, which I can kind of overlook because of that balance sheet, is they're not expected to be profitable anytime soon, and they're not expected to have positive cash flow from operations. But we're seeing they have a lot of partnerships with some great companies, and they're not only in the gaming market. About 13% of their customers that make up more than $100,000 in revenue are actually outside of the gaming. So let me know, what are your thoughts on Unity right now? Take care, have a good night, and see you on the live stream.